So the president started out, well, MAGA started out thinking they were the puppet masters. In turns, the president is the puppet master.
Ooh.
See, they thought that they could control him because they had the Epstein files. And it was that blackmail in the air. You're going to do what we want you to do. And I'm a proponent. I don't play the blackmail game. If you think you got something on me, we just come clean. We deal with it. So Trump flipped that blackmail on top of them. They thought they had him under control, and he's controlling the whole environment. So what we want to bring to you to show you how he is using funds for himself and his cronies. So just listen to this message on how he has hijacked America 250 and created Freedom 250 to fund himself and his cronies. Pay attention.
And before we cut into the video, let's just say you always need to understand the source. Like people just, oh, I heard it. They're getting all this third party information. But this information is coming directly from your congressional member of the House.
Who is very concerned about the fascism and the hijacking of our country by thugs and criminals. Pay attention.
Let's go.
America's 250th birthday is being run by a shadow company you've never heard of. Freedom 250 has raised millions of dollars. It's selling access to the president, and it won't tell you who's paying or where the money goes. This is how Trump hijacked America's birthday. By rewriting the rules to let the ultra-wealthy and politically connected take advantage of the American people. I'm Congressman Jared Huffman. I lead the Democrats on the House Natural Resources Committee. We've spent the past year trying to uncover the truth about what happened, and I want to walk you through exactly what we've found. So how did this private company end up running America's official 250th celebration, siphoning off millions of taxpayer dollars and harvesting Americans' personal data? Let's start at the beginning. In 2016, Congress did something rare. Republicans and Democrats came together and created a commission called America 250 to plan the 250th. They built it to be nonpartisan on purpose, so no president could ever make the country's birthday his own. The America 250 Commission was well underway to honor the anniversary with expertly planned festivals, activities, and unifying events to celebrate our country and its founding. Then, Donald Trump decided he wanted something different. He wanted a party he could use for his own personal, political, and financial gain. So first, he tried to take over America 250. His appointee to the commission teamed up with the Speaker of the House in an attempt to push 4 commissioners out of their seats and replace them with MAGA loyalists. When that didn't work, Trump created his own shadow entity to circumvent and supplant America 250. They call it Freedom 250. On paper, it's a shell company registered in Delaware through the same anonymous vendor the president uses for his other businesses. But this LLC...
So let's stop it right here. So I want you to think about when they talk about shell companies. And then they talk about the shell companies down in the Cayman Islands, down in Panama. So when we was in Panama, we was in downtown, nice, elegant hotel. And you could, at nighttime, you could see that the building is actually a shell. You can look through the whole building. And then you go do the research on that building. They might have 100 companies that's off the books that's addressed to that building. Yep. So inside our country, these LLCs are inside Delaware. So whenever you see a company that's got Delaware as an address, that's a red
indicator.
flag.
Yeah.
But check this out. Congress had approved a commission called America 250.
Mm-hmm.
Our president hijacked it and created an entity called Freedom 250.
Now, why would he do that?
That way, he can manipulate the minds of the people to think that this money is going to the good cause and shift those funds over to do wicked
His
evil
cronies.
things with
Let's
his
be clear.
cronies. Okay,
Yep.
This is how the game is played. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna go ahead and play some more.
C is different. It was lodged inside the National Park Foundation, the charity that's funded our national parks for 50 years. Think about why you'd do that. As part of a charity, the LLC could take in huge sums.
So this National Park Foundation. So the question becomes, why did he use the National Park Foundation as opposed to all the other different foundations that are out there? So he used the National Park Foundation because
It flows through the Secretary of Interior,
it goes
right?
through the Secretary of Interior,
Right.
which is any secretarial position he gets to appoint.
Mm-hmm.
So he appoints this guy by the name of Doug Burgum, which we'll show you these people in a second. Doug Burgum is his guy that's the U.S. Secretary of Interior.
Of money without ever naming who or where it came from. This arrangement lets them sell access to the president, collect checks from anyone willing to pay, and keep every donor's name secret, all under the banner of a trusted American institution, the National Parks Foundation. Then they starved America 250. Congress had set aside $150 million to celebrate our 250th. The America 250 Commission was promised $100 million of that funding. But in November of 2025, the White House told the America 250 chairwoman she would only get $50 million. And in the months that followed, they whittled it down to just $25 million. The rest of the money was taken by Freedom 250.
Where's the money going?
So think of that. So the legitimate organization which is American 250,
Mm-hmm.
came down to 25 million, and the other 100 million went over to Freedom 250. But it's not just that 100 million. They continue to manipulate donors so that pot continued to grow even bigger. Now, mind you, it's U.S. taxpayer dollars that's included in this, but also these mega donors, which he'll get to. Pay attention.
Between this and other redirected funds, hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars are now unaccounted for. Now follow the money, because this is where it gets worse. Freedom 250 went after the real commission's corporate sponsors, not just donations, but a quid pro quo of access to Trump in exchange for cash. Lockheed Martin, ExxonMobil, Chevron, MasterCard, United Airlines, United Health. Most of these corporations are lobbying and trying to win contracts from the same government that's now selling them special access. And as they wrote their checks to Freedom.
Now you see the conflict of interest in that? So you got Lockheed Martin, which I know is headquartered here in Atlanta, which is up in Cobb County, right? So these people that's supposed to be under regulation that are competing for government contracts. So check it. They go and it's pay for play. So how much money, this guy, our president, is the ultimate crook. So it's pay for play. So how much money you willing to donate my campaign, and then we'll look past certain regulations that could potentially put you on the fines or even put you out of business. But it's pay for play. Pay attention.
Well, that's in addition to the taxpayer dollars, the 150 million that we were originally talking about. So let's be clear about that. Like this is above that. So we're not talking about tens of thousands of dollars. We're talking about millions of dollars. And then you wonder, you hear things all the time about how much money Trump has
Profited from
profited from.
emolument clause.
And it's like it's bananas the money that he is receiving as a result of all the scamming he's doing.
And this is one program. So you're not even
Yeah, this is just one example today.
Bitcoins and all the other things he has going on.
Yep.
Nothing is for the people. People are losing their jobs.
Yep.
Bankruptcy. They can't buy food. But it's easy on the campaign trail for them to talk that talk that caters to your feelings. But the research got to be done. You got to be paying attention to what's going on. These people are straight stealing the money.
Yep.
Freedom 250. The president was trading their stocks and posting their ticker symbols online to juice their values. Trump's cronies were then deployed across the globe to solicit money from foreign governments. The CEO of Freedom 250 flew to Davos, stood in front of a room of foreign governments and asked them, in his words, how they wanted to shape America's birthday. Foreign governments shaping our 250th. He called it marketing freedom. According to a whistleblower, not everyone who donated money to Freedom 250 knew that's what they were doing. Fundraisers misled.
See, that's the ambiguity of it all. So they'll come off and say that we didn't know that we was funding that. You see how, because they put the names so close together, Freedom 250 and American 250 Commission.
Always making it look like it's a good cause, right?
Making it look like this is how you get to see. No, that's not what happened. We wasn't putting our money over there, and all the while, that's exactly what they was doing. These are the games they play and manipulate your mind. Pay attention.
Donors who intended to support the America 250 Commission by giving them Freedom 250's banking information. And through this bait and switch, contributions meant for the nonpartisan Birthday Foundation were routed to Trump's shadow corporation instead. This is potential wire fraud. And Freedom 250 has been collecting more than money. Its website runs through a company owned by Brad Parscale, the president's longtime digital strategist. Every American who signs up for a free event, even the families who registered for the World Cup fan zone on the National Mall, hands over a name, a location, and a phone number that feeds straight into a political operation built to profile and target voters. Americans just wanting to celebrate our nation's 250th birthday are unknowingly signing up to potentially have their data harvested and added to Trump's campaign operation. While Trump and Freedom 250 are pretending this celebration is about America's history, they've been forcing public servants across the country to erase our country's real story from parks and public spaces. Park rangers were given marching orders to take down factual signs about slavery, climate change, and the forced removal of Native Americans. And in their place, Trump and his political allies have been pushing their sanitized and distorted version of history. They paid out 10 million taxpayer dollars for a fleet of trucks running PragerU videos and an AI-generated George Washington that tells school kids that their rights are a gift from God, something the real Washington.
So this is how they rewrite history. Right in front of your eyes, the history is being rewritten. So how can you trust anything that's coming from these books? That's why you have to read a book here. You have to read an opposite book here, right? And put that information together to formulate your own opinion. These are the games that they play. So when you are voting for a candidate, you got to make sure, you got to understand, you're not just voting for this candidate. You voting for all these other people that get appointed in these positions. And we'll show you those people. The president of this National Park Foundation, and we're going to show you the 30-member
Yeah, the
board.
board. Mm-hmm.
We're
Yep.
going to show you these people who are all Christian nationalists that are Trump loyalists. Pay attention.
To never said. They're parading these proselytizing propaganda trucks in front of schools on your dime. They've turned what should be a non-political unifying celebration of America's 250th into a right-wing Christian battering ram aimed at breaking down what Thomas Jefferson called the wall of separation between church and state, enshrining their extreme version of Christianity as our de facto national religion. This agenda is not subtle. It fuses white Christian supremacist identity with history revisionism, insisting the nation's founding, its laws, and our fundamental rights are rooted in the Christian Bible rather than the revolutionary principle of self-government. Their own documents are littered with proof that for them, this anniversary is not actually about America, it's about promoting two things: Christian nationalism and Donald Trump. An internal playbook called for scripture readings and worship nights on the National Mall as official birthday programming. They peddled sponsorship packages and photo ops with Trump at $10 million a pop. A UFC ring was built on the south lawn of the White House, not for the 4th of July, but for the president's 80th birthday, with seats that ran $1.5 million and went to executives from the companies his government is supposed to regulate.
His company.
They handed out contracts to Trump's closest allies, including Event Strategies, Inc., one of the masterminds who orchestrated the rallies surrounding the January 6th insurrection. For every fact we've unearthed in this investigation, we've had to fight to get it. The Republican majority in Congress has far more power than we do to demand answers, but...
So understand this. The Republicans control all branches of the government.
That's correct.
So they are doing whatever they want to do to benefit them. No legislation has been passed to benefit the American people. Pay attention.
Other than the big bullshit bill.
The big beautiful bill, right?
Yeah.
But who did that? What funding? It didn't go to the people. It went to activities to suppress the people. So who's getting stronger and who's getting weaker? And MAGA thought they was getting stronger, but they getting weaker. Lyndon Johnson say if one man can be put in a position to be superior to another, they will not know that their pockets are being picked. And MAGA pockets are being picked because they are suffering. The farmers, Medicaid, Medicare, the health insurance, everything. The doctor's office I go to, this place used to be pumping. It would take, to see your doctor would be weeks, if not a month. But now you can call them, they see you the next day.
Yeah.
That's because I have insurance. Private insurance. But think of the people that don't have access to insurance.
As a result of him.
As a result of this, the doctor's offices are empty. I promise you, ain't nobody at the doctor's office.
Because you can't afford it.
Because they can't afford it. Pay attention.
Yep.
Instead of joining us in serious oversight, they've used their power to do the opposite. They've blocked our requests, shielded the individuals and entities involved, and refused to hold a single hearing on any of this. They are shielding bad actors instead of holding them accountable. So today, against the obstruction and resistance of our Republican colleagues, we are dragging this fiasco out of the shadows and shining a bright light on the corruption and fraud surrounding Freedom 250. America turns 250 years old only once. We should be celebrating this anniversary together with patriotism and integrity. This milestone was paid for by every generation that built this country. But Trump has tried to quietly steal it, warping it into a celebration for one man and weaponizing it to advance his own personal, political, and financial interests. This is bigger than one anniversary. The political and legal machinations that brought us to this point are a potential blueprint for others who seek to betray the public trust, take something the public loves, run dark money through it, sell access, and make sure the details are hidden from public scrutiny. It worked this time. We can't allow it to happen again.
You hear that? It worked this time. But imagine if this continues to happen every election. We won't have no rights.
And this is not something that they just started this election. This has been going on for some time. And that's why they've been telling people, you got to get out here and vote, because people take things lightly, I think, or
this is serious.
And want to just be disconnected. And I'm not into politics. That's what I hear a lot. People saying, I'm not into politics. Well, politics is into you.
Very much.
And it's impacting your life on a daily basis.
The racism is stupid. They putting black against white. Americans against Hispanic. All this stuff is distraction.
Yep. And they running away with our money.
And they running away with the bag. We got to get past these stupid differences of skin color and poor and little middle class. I'm doing just a little better than you and you looking down on. We all facing the same fight. Get your head in the game. Get your stupid racism out the game. We all trying to go to work, do our jobs, and come home and take care of our families. And you letting all this propaganda putting us against each other. And those of us who understand the game, we minding our business. It's the ones that's getting caught up in the confusion. You the ones losing. This is a contact sport and it's serious. Pay attention.
The next government program, the next fund, the next thing that's supposed to work for all of us to be exploited and misused this way. That's why we have to confront this grift and corruption right now. We laid out in meticulous detail how it happened. Not to tell you what to think about America's 250th anniversary, but so you'd know what they've done in our name.
So we're going to end his video right there.
Yep.
So you can go back and research all this so you can know and understand. And it's my responsibility. I'm taking on it. This is my responsibility to get this information to our community. Because you got to stop believing what's on legacy media. You got to stop believing these things. And you got to dig into the
Do your
surface.
research.
Right. I know this stuff is nerdy, it's boring. I'm for the nerd games. I'm for the reading and researching. And
it's the balance of life, baby. You gotta get out here. You gotta do your nerdy thing and understand what's going on around you. But then after that, you can turn on some music and then cut into it.
Right.
So
What we had to do before this, because meditating on this subject and processing this information,
it's exhausting. It's mentally exhausting.
It's depressing, especially when you're dealing with people who want to brush this off as like it's nothing. Like voting for this guy is not something serious. This is serious. So at this point, we want to break things down. Okay, so the question is, why did he choose the National Park Foundation when it's other ones out foundation that he could choose from? He chose this one because he knew that he had enough loyalists over in this department. So he appointed the U.S. This guy's the Secretary of Interior. His name is Doug Burgum. So pull that up for me.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the 30-member boards that's over the Secretary of Interior. So let's show all these faces. So when you vote, you are voting for all these people. These people are appointed. So you think you just voting for the president? No, and this just one secretarial position. There are many. So you voted for all these people, and all these people are Christian national loyalists, and they are loyal to Donald J. Trump, not the American people. And the other person I want to bring to your attention, he is the president and CEO of the National Park Foundation. His name is Jeff Reinbold. And the reason I want to point this guy out is to show you that his salary is $936,000 a year.
Woo, woo, woo.
The president's salary is $400,000 a year. Okay, this is why the president said you can do whatever you want to do with that check. It means nothing. That $400,000 means nothing, right? Because he's getting the bag, manipulating the emoluments clause. Okay, so now you got Jeffrey Reinhold make $936,000 a year. So now, what do you think the U.S. Secretary of Interior is getting if he's making that?
Exactly.
How much money are the 30-member board is getting out of that money? Now, mind you, they redirected that money to the Freedom 250 company, a LLC out of Delaware. And the legitimate company that's nonpartisan is American 250. These are the games that they're playing.
Well, that's why he can afford to sit on stages and be like, I'm not taking the salary, and be so dramatic about, I'm not taking the salary. I'm not taking the $400,000. I guess I wouldn't take the $400,000
because I'm getting $100 million.
If I'm getting hundreds of $1 million
somewhere else.
somewhere else. So that $400,000 is nothing. So make it make sense.
Make it make sense. So the point of the matter is, we're gonna bring you this information to let you know how serious your vote is, to let you know that these people are playing games with you, pitting us against each other. The Epstein files, it's like that's a joke. That they use that for distraction. Every time they bring up the Epstein files, they over here secretly doing something else. Now, in this next video, we want to show you how they saying that they doing the fair and all this. They not spending no money on that fair. We want to show you this stage falling apart. These ladies almost got killed.
Safety inspections. The accident comes after weeks of criticism surrounding the event, with visitors complaining about poor organization, unfinished construction, and low attendance. Several scheduled performers also pulled out. Despite Trump saying the fair was packed, photos and videos showed large empty areas. Trump's Freedom 250 stage.
So it's a disaster.
Yeah.
I call it the MAGA clown show. Donald Trump, he hijacked the presidency, and he is the puppet master of MAGA.
And I'll just wrap it up by saying that it's no different than you walking past a storefront on any given day. You're like, I never see anybody in that store. But something's going on in that store. Somebody's using that store front for something.
They funding
and we have a person sitting at the top of the realm in America that's extorting the American people right now. So
what are we gonna do about it?
What are we gonna do?
Are you? Is this disturbing information? Are you gonna get up?
I mean, share your comments, because we always talking to you guys. We're sharing the details, but we look forward to your comments and want your feedback, because we can't be the only people feeling like this.
We can't be the only people.
Can't be.
That's concerned about
and
what is going to happen if you continue to go down this road. You won't, like, let's use his words. You're not going to have a country no more.
Oh, yeah.
We're not going to have a country anymore. I'm telling you, we're not going to have a country anymore. You're going to lose your job. you're gonna lose everything.
They are losing their jobs.
And this is how they control you, because once you feel like you don't have a choice, you'll do anything. And that's what's going on with the people that work in this. They so afraid they're gonna lose their job that they'll do anything for the money.
Yep.
So pay attention. We're gonna bring you more information concerning the different secretarial positions that are appointed positions that are destroying your life. Elon Musk went in there with that supposed to been what with the money. We supposed to been
Saving some money with Doge.
Doge.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly that's what I'm talking. Doge. They're
More
supposed to been
garbage.
saving. What happened to that?
It's garbage. They ran away with that money too.
They ran away with they fired all them people. Elon and his AI, he took all that information. What is he doing with that information? He manipulating and controlling. And he gets all his contracts from our government, our taxpayer dollars. He getting those contracts, and he's not even a U.S. citizen. He's an immigrant. Make that make sense.
I'll just say it's the weekend, baby, and it's the 250th for a lot of people. It's July 4th for a lot of people, whoever celebrated, whatever.
I got my American flag right here.
But as I always say, enjoy your family. We get one life. So
we won't be watching that stuff that the president got going on TV. We're going to be celebrating as American. This is not our Independence Day, but we're a part of America, so we're going to celebrate this Independence Day. My flag is upside down, representing the hate and the racism in the country. When we do better, our right-sided.
yeah,
But until then,
we got some work to do.
We celebrating it upside down because we got some work to
Yeah,
do.
we got some work to do.
I said the pledge allegiance to this flag from from elementary, preschool. I said it to allegiance to this flag too. So, but we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
But it's going to take the people to get involved. It's going to take the people not to listen everything that the politician is telling you. You got to get out there and do your research. You got to get out there and get an understanding for yourself. I know it's nerdy work, it's stressful work, but if you want to live a peaceful, productive, and satisfied life, you got to get involved.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Put your comments in
All
there.
love.
I read them. I pay attention.
We do.
We read them.
We do.
I'm sorry. It's the nerd in me.
Look.
I got time. I got time today.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great evening.